Let's make it a good day.
Coming up today, slide open the doors, J Hud is here. Our thoughts on the debut of the new Jennifer Hudson show. Then, Chef Superstar and James Beard Award-winning Pizza Yoda, Chef Ann Kim is in the house. She's talking about her moving episode of Netflix's Chef's Table. And yes, she is, of course, bringing some pizza. And calling all book lovers, author Gretchen Anthony is launching her latest book right here. The Jason Show starts right now. Here we go.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah,
Morning, Olympia, Washington. And good morning to you. Good audience today. Good audience at home. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Keep that love going, everybody. Keep that love going. Please say hello. I know. They stopped clapping the moment Leo takes. It's all right. They'll have another opportunity to clap. Because, say hi to Kendall, everyone. That's right. How you doing?
Hello. Hello, animal behind me.
That's right. We're
Hello.
leaving the top row open up there. We have some guests coming with one of our guests, Gretchen Anthony, our author, one of our favorite authors, releasing. Oh, I shouldn't show it. Oh, I shouldn't show it yet.
Hide it. Ah.
I should wait for the stupid segment. But anyway, she's releasing a book, announcing a book right here on our show. So that's coming up a little bit later. How you doing?
It's a great cover.
It is a good cover.
I was snooping before you came out. I was like, okay, what's this book about? Da-da-da-da-da-da.
I love a good cover. I like a good cover of
Yes.
a book. I like the graphic. Don't judge a book by it. You know what Oprah does?
What?
Oprah goes inside bookstores. Not that she's ever been in a bookstore, but anyway. But she goes.
If she did.
She said she always reads the first line of a book, and that's how she kind of judges. Should I?
If you like it or not.
Should I
Right.
read the first? Should I read the first one of this?
Are we allowed to do that?
I don't think so. Let's not do that. Anyway. I don't want to.
Don't upset anyone.
I don't need to get into mischief today.
No, not today.
Especially because I want to begin, if I can, with just a little a personal story, and that is today is my 8th anniversary. That's right. Today's my 8th anniversary. Now, there we go. There's we look like children, but. But yeah, that's it was 8 years ago. We've been together for 10 years. But this is from our wedding day. My cousin Jim Woolsey used to do photography. He shot these. And one of them, and I gave it to Ted. I don't know if we have the graphic. It's a black and white one, Ted. I don't know if we have it up, but we don't have it. Okay. I emailed it to him, but it was funny.
Ted.
Oh, it's too late. Oh, I asked him. But anyway, there was a photo that we shot for our wedding that was so funny. The Lowe's hotel chain asked if they could use it on their keys.
Oh, is that when you're walking down the aisle?
It's the walking down the aisle,
Yeah,
and
it's a
one of my
great
favorite photos of us, period, because I'm smiling really, really big, and Colin is getting ready to cry, and it's just a really good moment. But it was on hotel keys for like a year at the Lowe's hotel chain.
You're famous.
And a friend of ours checked into the hotel. She goes, "Your face is on my key." And I go, "I'm sorry about that." But yeah, sorry. But I just want to say that I'm a really lucky guy for a variety of reasons. And the truth of the matter is, I know that I seem real fun here on the show. I'm not a joy to live with. I mean, let's just be clear. I'm sorry, Jeff, you didn't have to laugh that loud at that. But like all couples, we've had our ups and we've had downs and we've had difficult years recently, mostly caused by this one here. But over the weekend, when we were at my family reunion of sorts, I was not reassured, I was reminded of why I love him and why he's one of the best human beings I know. I was watching him with my aunts, with my Aunt Char and my Aunt Pat, and the care that he took of the whole family. It just, I stared at him one time and I just like, he's a good human. And I'm really lucky to have him, and he keeps me normal-ish. He keeps me balanced, and he makes me always want to be better than I am. So I love you. I love you. Yeah. He puts up with a lot, let me tell you. Because again, I seem like I'm fun now. Wait till you see me at 5 p.m. I'm joyful. Just joking. Y'all get the best part of me sometimes. Let's get started, everybody. It's time for the hot dish. Here we go. So, first up today, the best in television was honored last night at the big old primetime Emmy Awards. Among the most memorable moments, I loved this. I loved this so much. The whole show was good. I'll give you my review in a minute. Cheryl Lee Ralph, who I have loved. Forget all these new fans, please. I loved her since Dreamgirls. I loved her from the early 80s when she was in It's a Living. That's right, she played in that. Oh, I loved It's a Living. Anyway, she won for Best Supporting Actress for Abbott Elementary. Look at this.
To anyone who has ever had a dream and thought your dream wouldn't, couldn't come true, I am here to tell you that this is what believing looks like. This is what striving looks like. And don't you ever give up on you, because if you get a Quinta Brunson in your corner, if you get a husband like mine in your corner, if you get children like mine in your corner, and if you've got friends like everybody who voted for me, cheered for me, love me, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Now, the reason it was, if you're a youngin' or you're not familiar, the reason why it was powerful times 5 was this was her first Emmy. And she's been in the business since the 70s. She was nominated for a Tony back in 1982 but didn't win. And what I loved about the Emmys is that she's 66 years old. Jean Smart, I believe in her 60s or 70s. Oprah was there. Finally, the television industry is realizing women, imagine this, women have value over 40. Mm-hmm. I mean, you know what I mean? And they're now being celebrated. Not only are they being given roles, but they're being celebrated at the highest that you can.
Amen.
Yeah.
Because we are here.
That's right. Mm-hmm. You have a long ways to go because you're young. You're young, and I know, but it's a compliment to you. But.
It's true. Even I have often felt like, oh gosh, I'm 32. What, you have to keep going and going, because I feel like sometimes they tell you at 25 you're too old to be on TV.
She's not kidding. No,
it's true. Yeah. I mean, so it's.
You're
it's
basically
amazing.
Retired.
I'm basically about to go out to pasture.
Yes. Another big winner for the night. The White Lotus took home Best Limited Series. I love that show. Murray Bartlett won for Best Supporting Actor in a Limited Series. Jennifer Coolidge won. Now, again, another woman in her 60s who's never won an award. She won for Best Supporting Actress and didn't want to get off the stage. Look at this.
Hey, hi. 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 Wow, thank you. Gosh, I just, what a night. I just want to say, to my fellow nominees, just to be in your company, it's incredible. And, I just want to say, I took a lavender bath tonight, and right before the show, and it made me swell up inside my dress. And I'm having a hard time speaking. But anyway, I'm not kidding. I just, this is so thrilling because, well, first I gotta say, I didn't think this was gonna happen. Hold on, wait.
I know. Like, my buddy my buddy Alexis was a little irritated that she went on and on. I got to tell you, I was not at all, because here's what bothered me was, I wish, and I get the producers, you know, they overproduce so that they can contract. I wish they would have gotten rid of some of the lame bits, like the Law and Order one that went on. They should have gotten rid of those to allow moment when you have winners like her and you have winners like Cheryl Lee Ralph, you let those breathe. You know she's going to deliver for you. Get rid of those stupid comedy bits. Get rid of that announcer. You know what I mean? We don't need Keenan should have been delivering the comedy, not the announcer. Let the announcer announce, and that's it. We don't need, it's just filler. It's filler.
I love that she danced when the music was trying to cut her off.
Yeah.
She was like, all right, we'll just dance.
Dance. It was her first Emmy, by the way. Next up, the best competition program has gone to RuPaul's Drag Race the last 4 years. But this year, it went to the Amazon Prime show, Lizzo's Watch Out for the Big Girls. Look at this.
When I was a little girl, all I wanted to see was me in the media. Someone fat like me, black like me, beautiful like me. If I could go back and tell little Lizzo something, I'd be like, you gonna see that person, but gonna have to be you.
Yeah, we all want to see ourselves reflected in the entertainment we watch. Kenan Thompson was the host for the night. I thought, you know what? I thought overall, I know this seems simplistic, it was entertaining. There were only, like I said, the announcer was, I mean, just a little blip in what I thought was a highly entertaining show. It kept moving. Oprah opened the show, for heaven's sake. I mean, come on. And she came out to I'm Every Woman. That was a moment. I felt like I went to church at that moment. I was like, yeah, she's walking out and she's walking out to her old theme song. I was in heaven.
Just did.
Yeah, again, the only thing was the announcer and a few of the skits went on too long. And then Jimmy Kimmel not getting out of the way for Quinta. Right. You know, that was tacky. Get up, and that joke wasn't funny to begin with, and then you basically block her moment. He was trending this morning about that. Yeah. I think he's going to address it. She's going to be on his show. They are friends. He's going to address it. We'll probably talk about it later in the week. Right now, we have a lot to talk about, and Kim and more coming up. We'll be right back after this. She's so good, isn't she? Little appreciate, you know, I try to give thanks to the behind-the-scenes folks that never get recognition. Let's clap for Erin Schwaberini, who does our audio. Doing a great job. She's fantastic. She's my buddy, and without her, the audience would be sleeping right now. You know what I mean? Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah. Forget me. She does it. So, welcome back, everybody. James Corden was new last night, and he talked about the new iPhone. Did you order it yet? Oh, wait, you just got a new one.
I got the old new one.
That's right. Kendall basically had like a xylophone or something beforehand. Yeah.
It's old.
The new iPhone is our late night rewind. Look at this.
Hear about this. Apple's newest iPhone operating system, iOS 16, was officially released to the public today, and one of the new features is the ability to unsend and edit text messages you've already sent. Yeah, this means no more iPhone typos. Yeah, this is a big ducking deal. You have 2 minutes to delete your text, which in turn means your recipient has 2 minutes to screen grab it and show everybody what you really think of Chris's new girlfriend.
We've all done that. We have. Have you sent a text that you wish you could immediately take back?
I've sent a text to the wrong person before.
To the wrong person?
Right. Like nothing terrible, but where you go, oh, that wasn't meant for you.
I sent our old, you know, our current president here at Fox 9 is a lovely lady called Marion Mim Davy Kessler. We have to wait. We have to wave to her, you know, like this, like the Queen. Thank you, audience. The audience is waving to her, too. Thank you. But before that, we had another general manager. Her name was Sheila. Yes. Sheila. Now she runs a nail salon in Seattle. But Sheila, I had her number, obviously. And we were talking about that movie. What was that movie? It was black and white. It was a couple years ago with The Artist. And they had a mermaid. And it was a naked mermaid. And we were talking on the radio show that you saw the whole anatomy of a mermaid. It was like, maybe it wasn't The Artist, but it was a movie that they showed the mermaid privates.
What?
And I'm not joking. Now follow me here. I don't know. It was a movie. Somebody text me. I know what it is. It was no, I wasn't high. It was a real movie.
I don't think of Ariel that way.
No, hang with me.
Okay.
So I was talking and I was texting someone. I go, oh my goodness, I'm doing the radio show. And Alexis says, you could see the mermaid hoo-ha.
Oh, again.
And I went,
what?
And I responded, and I thought I was responding to my friend.
Right.
I responded the following, and I went, oh my goodness, you saw a mermaid hoo-ha? I sent it to Sheila. I sent it not just to middle management, I sent it to the president.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
The general manager, yeah.
I said mermaid hoo-ha to the president.
Mm-hmm.
That's not something I wish I could have taken that one back.
Yeah.
And she replied, what? And I'm like, nothing.
Never mind.
Nothing. There were a lot of season premieres in daytime yesterday. Next in the dish, Drew Barrymore's show is back for season 3. She came out of the rain to do it. And like previous season premieres, this seems to be a thing she likes to do. She brought out an ex-boyfriend, and they kind of worked out their problems in front of all of us. This time it was Justin Long. Look.
You're the funny one. I mean, you are one of the funniest people I've ever met. Everyone who knows this, because they watch your show, you know it. You go toe-to-toe when you're a kid with Letterman. Not many people can do that. We had a lot of laughs.
That's what we did. We laughed
all the time.
So much.
Yeah.
Like, that was so much a part of our connection, was that we love funny people.
Yeah.
We enjoy laughing at all times.
I love that we've maintained our love, because I don't think it'll ever, I know from my end it'll never go anywhere. I'll love you always, and so I'm glad that we're able to still have that. I mean that. I always love you.
I will always love you so much.
I know.
Like, you are so important to me.
That's a terrible idea. For the record, I'm never, Jeff and the producers never bring exes onto our show. You know what I mean? It's like.
But what if they're British?
First of all, he wasn't. Second of all, like my ex before Colin, good guy, but I don't think we want to be on the show together. You know what I mean?
Also, I know he wasn't British.
Thank you. Yeah. Little private joke. Go ahead and Google me. You'll see. But anyway, but no. And how about you? Would you want your
This
ex?
isn't my show. My name is not on the floor.
You're sitting down now, so with the chair comes,
I'm gonna go stand.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Nick, everybody.
How did you know? That was my high school boyfriend's name.
Everybody your age is named Nick. You know what I mean? There has to be. Did you date? You dated a Nick, didn't you?
No, it was my first love.
I knew it.
High school boyfriend. Hi, Pam. I still love his mom.
Isn't that funny when you break up and you still like the person's mom?
Oh, yeah.
I like his, my ex before Colin Ryan, I love his mom, the MJ.
Right. Moms are great. And if they're not, get out.
Yeah, his dad was very quiet. He said like 50 words to me in 3 years, but that's fine. He's a good guy. But
very
didn't
Midwestern.
say a lot. Remember on one of her first shows, Drew and Tom Green reunited for the first time in public. Her show is different this year. It features 2 half-hour shows. So CBS stations can either run the whole hour or just like a half of it.
I don't get it.
Don't give Mim any ideas. So let's not. Next in the dish. Here's another show. Sherri Shepherd's new talk show debuted yesterday. And before we get into the substance of the show, you know that I love a good opening title sequence. You know I do. I love ours. So let's look at Sherri's open. Take a look. Our crew is a little split. Jeff, myself, I think you like it. Producer Ted, not so sure. Not so sure about the Open.
Okay, this guy is the guy who likes reality love shows.
That's
so
true.
We're
Okay,
not,
that's yeah.
We're not taking that.
He does have good TV sometimes, but no. I like it. The set looks great. Sherri talked about how she got advice. Remember I asked her about this last week? She got advice from Oprah over the summer. Let's look.
Oprah just started giving me all of this advice. We talked on the phone for an hour. And Oprah, I had to take notes. I took 15 pages of notes. Because, you know, when Oprah, when Oprah speaks, you take notes, and my hands started cramping up. So while she was talking, I was taking potassium and magnesium, because my hands, my fingers, but it's like literally, when Oprah is talking, it's like God is talking to you. I felt like if you read the Bible at all, you know how they had the 2 tablets? I had my tablets of advice from Oprah. And I'm gonna tell you over the course of days, because I'm so nervous trying to remember everything, but I just remember Oprah saying, it is about energy. It is the energy you put out.
You can hear, she does it good. I felt that way when Howard Stern called me, when he called me that day. And I was just like Sherri. I remember staring at my curtains in my bedroom, and I just thought to myself, be in the moment, be in the moment, be in the moment, remember everything that he says to you, because I want, you know, sometimes I'm flighty, so I remember every single thing he said. Every little, I'll never forget that.
Every snippet of advice.
Every snippet of advice that he had. Is it just me? That shot, Sherri looks beautiful. It looks like a little fishbowl lens is on there.
It looks distorted, kind
It just looks weird, but the set, I love the colors, and she's gonna be great. She's already great. When her ratings went up when she filled in for Wendy. Sherri's first guest, by the way, was Candy Burris, and you can watch it here. If you're watching us locally, you can watch it here on Fox 9. Good luck, Sherri. We love you. We love you. Next in the dish, another. We're not done, Kendall.
No.
Another show debuted in daytime. Oh, it's getting crowded. The Jennifer Hudson Show got her first episode on the ground. Her first guest, Simon Cowell, and he addressed her stunning elimination early from American Idol. Look.
All those memories I have right from the beginning is that why was the show so big in those days? It was because of people like you. It was the combination, seriously, it was the combination of talent, determination, and real personality. And even though we had that kind of like banter, you and I, it was always that. I always knew how determined you were, and you were funny, and you took it with grace, because you kind of got it. I always thought that about you. You got it. But that night, I will never forget.
That night?
That night.
That night?
Let's talk about the night.
Let's talk about the night.
Yeah.
So, elimination night.
Yeah.
When I was eliminated. What was your perspective? And your
I was thinking, who chose stupid Barry Manilow week? Wasn't me.
Simon being Simon.
Right? You know, because we used to have these things.
If you don't remember, and it's shocking now, Jennifer finished seventh on season 3 of Idol, but is considered one of the best to ever come out of the show. Yeah, she's one of those like Daughtry that you didn't need to win to actually, or you didn't need to win to actually win.
Right.
She lost and won on the show. And now, you know, little eagle-eyed TV viewers, look closely. Watch J-Hud's show today. You'll notice it is shot in the exact set, in the exact studio as the Ellen DeGeneres show. And you'll notice some similarities. That big LED wall that Ellen used to walk out, same LED, just different graphics. It's the same setup, same audience chairs. So just keep a lookout. We recycle everything. Again, these are lights from divorce court, for heaven's sake. We're gonna take a break, and Kim and more when we come back. Back after this. Coming up in just a little bit, 2 amazing ladies. Up first, James Beard award-winning chef Ann Kim is in the house, showing off her pickle pizza and talking about her moving episode of Netflix's Chef's Table. Then, one of our favorite authors, Gretchen Anthony, is back, book lovers, and she's launching her new book right here. We'll be right back. Stay with us. Welcome back. It's always interesting interviewing friends because I got to act like I kind of don't know her, but I do. Our next guest is a big star locally and nationally, and her popularity is soaring around the world thanks to a Netflix show. Oh, and the James Beard, by the way. Take a look at this clip from Netflix's Chef's Table.
When I decided to make pizza, I refused to stay in my lane. My food is loud and bold and spicy. I just played by my own game, sharing who I was through food.
Chef's Table is a long-running series. This season is all about pizza. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for one of the chefs featured in the new season, Ann Kim. Hi, sweetie. How did you get this? So what was that call like when you got this call?
It actually wasn't a call.
It wasn't?
One of the executive producers direct messaged me on the gram, on Instagram.
Did you think it was a joke?
I thought it was a joke.
A scam.
I thought it was spam, so I ignored it. And then he finally found our main email and emailed us and said, hey, I'm trying to get a hold of Ann Kim because we'd like to invite her to be on the next season of Chef's Table. And I lost my mind. Yeah. And I was like, thank God he didn't, like, he tried in another way, because I thought, what the hell?
Yeah.
What is this?
This is...
No, executive producers, you know, don't direct message you, but he's the sweetest individual. So it doesn't surprise me at all that he direct messaged me.
He's not as sweet as my executive producer.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
I've been drinking already this morning. That's right. I know Ann. And even knowing Ann and knowing a smidgen of your stories, I'm going to just tell you, I almost told you this during the break. I told her I'm going to save it for the air. Colin and I sat there and we cried.
Oh.
I was really freaking proud of you.
Oh.
And
That means a lot to me.
We were sitting there kind of rooting you on, and Colin goes, we know how the story ends. Like, Colin goes, we know she gets a restaurant, or like 4. Like, we know how this, but you really opened up. The aspect that we didn't know, I know, so the viewers didn't know, is about your parents. And was that hard for you?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you were an actress, but you're also you're private and you keep things to yourself. Was that hard to open up about your parents?
Oh, definitely. I was really anxious leading up to the premiere because I spent 8 years of my life as a professional actor, but you're playing characters, roles. You're becoming something else. I've never in my life had to play myself.
Yeah.
You know, and I was really, really nervous about how I'd be received, because part of the reason why I didn't think that message to be invited onto Chef's Table was real was because I thought, well, I'm not chefy enough. I'm just a girl who decided to pursue her dream and make some pizza for a living. And I thought, how can this be interesting on something like Chef's Table? It's dramatic, and then they're so amazing how they get these stories out of you. And I didn't really know how the story was going to develop, but the part about my parents, and I think that's what has touched so many people, and also about how hard it is to be an immigrant and a first generation and trying to make your way in this country when you feel like an outsider at all times. And just my parents, I still haven't talked to them in person yet. I think they're overwhelmed, but my dad texted me yesterday and he said, how do you get Netflix? We want to, because they watched it they watched the show at my sister and brother-in-law's house, and they want to get it because mom wants to watch it over and over again. And
that's a good sign.
Yes, it was, you know, and you cry. I've had grown men message me saying that I thought I was just tuning into a pizza show and it was something else. I'm blubbering.
I felt the exact same. And we should say, and I'm keeping it brief because I want you to watch it like I do, but when I referenced the thing about your parents, can you just briefly outline it for folks. Your parents weren't thrilled with some of your choices. That's putting it mildly.
Most of my choices. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, how are you supposed to react when you give up everything in your life to come to a country that you don't know? You leave family and friends behind. You don't speak the language. You have no money, mainly because they wanted their 2 daughters to be able to be open to possibilities besides the maybe 1 or 2 possibilities they had back in their homeland. And so to tell them that, A, you're going to be an actor. Not only that, 8 years later, when they're just slowly starting to get used to that, you tell them, I'm going to be a cook. So, you know, not quite the dream that they had for me. But honestly, I think they're proud now. And they really realized that, that I am them. That it's because of who they are and all the sacrifice and hard work and determination and grit that I am their daughter. And I realized too that they didn't do this, stop me, and because they were trying to stop me from pursuing the things that I wanted. They were just trying to protect me because they love me.
And I think, yeah, absolutely. And we have more with Ann, but I think to wrap this up, I think the reason you have grown men coming up to you that don't know you crying is because your story is universal. Because you know, for me, I'm not an immigrant. I've been very lucky. I'm a white dude who has been, you know, walked across great bridges that other people have built. But for me, when you were telling the story about the lunch and how when Ann was in school, she brought a lunch that was very different and smelled different and looked, and you were ridiculed. It may not be a lunchbox story for people, but for me it was because I was gay and I was different.
Yes.
So everybody can look at your story and there's a commonality, there's a universal theme that I think people saw in you.
And I think you hit the nail right on the head that it's not I think everyone could relate to it because it's not an immigrant story. We've all felt like outsiders.
We all want to make our parents
proud. We've
proud.
all felt shame. We've all wanted to belong. And that's what connected to people. And I think getting messages from people around the world in Spanish and Korean and French saying that I feel seen, I feel heard, I feel understood, I feel represented is like...
Don't cry. Now you're going to get me crying again. Go to commercial before we are just crying for 40 minutes. Chef's Table Pizza is streaming right now on Netflix. Call Ann's dad. He'll tell you how to get it. More with Ann when we come back. Back in a moment, everyone. We're back with Chef Ann Kim, and we're talking, of course, pizza. Give it up for the pizza. One more thing, though, before we get to the pizza. Speaking of your dad, I will never look at soft serve at your restaurants the same way because your dad, you got it right. He loves soft serve.
Yeah, he loved it. And one of the things, we never went out to eat. We had very little money, and they're like, "Why spend money when you can cook?" But the one place that he used to take us on Sundays every once in a while was Old Country Buffet. And to McDonald's.
The squat and gobble.
Yeah, the
I love
squat,
that.
yes,
Yeah.
or McDonald's. And the one dessert that he loved was the soft serve. So we have soft serve at Young Joni and at Pizzeria Lola because it's a reminder of my childhood and happy times.
And it's really good soft serve, too. Anyway, okay. So, y'all at the fair, we talked about this a lot. March and Stephanie Hansen, the Stephanies, talked about the pickle pizza at the fair. Well, no offense to Rick. I like you, Rick. But your pickle pizza has nothing on this one right here. What are we looking at, Ann?
So last year when Chef's Table was filming, they asked me what my favorite Minnesota State Fair food was, and I said the perfect pickle, the perfect pickle stand. And so I decided to create a pizza that was in honor of all those flavors.
How long does it take you? I never asked you this. With you and your team, how long typically, like this one, how long does it take to get this to your liking? Like the process of developing a pizza that will eventually go on the menu at Lola or whatever.
My liking?
Yeah.
Forever, but
Okay.
we can't take that long. It depends. Some things just come right away. It's just all gels, and some things it needs a little bit of this and a little bit of that. But I have such an incredible team.
You do,
like,
yeah.
I'm just a face now. They're the ones that are there every day and working and being creative, and it's all, they get all the credit.
So what's all on this? Let's do this.
So we have a base of whole milk mozzarella from Wisconsin. Some fun, Wisconsin. They know their cheese.
That's right.
Yeah.
We're
yeah.
in Wisconsin. Hello, folks.
Yeah. And some fontina for some creaminess, some smoked onions, a little bit of chili, and then the piece de resistance is fermented, lacto-fermented pickles. You know, there's vinegar pickles, but there's also fermented pickles, which I love because I love kimchi, and kimchi is all about fermentation. So we have fermented pickles, and then when it comes out of the oven, we drizzle it. Ooh, I heard some gasps.
Yeah.
We drizzle it with our special ranch sauce, and then
Kendall just passed out.
you'll get some, Kendall.
Yeah.
We put some fresh dill on it because I just love the flavor of dill and pickles. And then this is where it's at.
This is where it's at. This is like
Potato chips!
Yes! Kendall, come here. Come here, Kendall. Let's have her. You can eat this, right, Kendall?
Yes.
Okay. Why am I asking? Kendall, ladies first. Have you ever had this?
This specific one?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, go first. You go.
Hi, Kendall.
Oh gosh.
This is so very good. And you can get now. Okay, where at? Just Joni?
It's at Young Joni, and it was specialed yesterday, but it ran out right away. But we're going to run it again on Monday at Pizzeria Lola. But you can get it at Young Joni right now. Good?
You know those Divine Dill Pickle Chips?
Yeah.
This is like that on crack.
Oh.
Okay, well, there's a drug reference. Anyway.
Don't do drugs.
Don't do
Eat this instead.
Yeah.
And Kim come from the 80s with the Don't Do Drugs campaign was real popular. That's right. Thanks, Nancy Reagan. Give it up for Ann Kim, everybody. Find her restaurants, Young Joni, Pizzeria Lola, Hello Pizza, and Suki and Mimi. We'll be right back, everybody. Back in a moment. Okay, yeah. Welcome back. Okay. So, I need to apologize to our guest because I smell like Ann Kim dill pickle pizza. That's fine. We're friends, so yeah. A bookshop is on the brink of becoming condos, but for some book lovers, they're not going to take no for an answer. They're refusing to let it go. That's the premise of Gretchen Anthony's latest book, The Book Hater Book Club, and it launches today. Give it up for one of our favorite authors, Gretchen Anthony. Hi, sweetie. How are you?
Good. How are you? Thanks
Good.
for having me.
You brought, okay. I told the story yesterday, and Gretchen brought a little gift for me. What did you bring, Gretchen?
I brought you a little can of Pringles.
That's right, because I have a story where when I was a little kid, the Pringles can used to have a metal ring, and I stuck my little fat hand in there because I wanted to eat everything, and my hand got stuck in the Pringles can, and my dad had to saw it off. Yeah. Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you. So this is launching right now.
Right now, bookstores are open. It's 10.
Go get it.
Go get it,
right
people.
now. Literally, we're launching it today. I always like to know where. First of all, I'm loving the ensemble. I love this. I love the eight. Anyway, where did this idea come from?
Well, the Book Haters Book Club is the majority of the story is about trying to save the bookstore,
Yeah.
but the heart of the story is really about a guy and his best friend who launch a bookstore based on the idea that everyone should belong there. And it's about found family and finding your place in community, because we book lovers, we need our people, and when we find our people, we don't let go. And so the owner, Elliot, creates this bookstore called the Over the Rainbow Bookshop. And he has this belief that all it takes is putting the right book in the right person's hand at the right moment to turn them into a book lover. And he has this scene where he talks about how, I loved what Anne was talking about with feeling, everyone has this feeling of not belonging at some point in time.
No matter who you,
No matter who you are. And we even have that in the book community. I was talking with my agent because she's the one who came up with the title, and she said, we've all had that experience where we've walked into a bookstore and we can be the biggest book lover in the world, but we'll feel out of place. Maybe it's super yes, it's super highbrow and you're looking for a romance and you feel like you're being looked down on. Or you walk into a sci-fi bookstore and you're not a sci-fi reader and you feel like you haven't found your people. And this book is about book lovers who make it welcome for everyone.
I had no idea that existed.
Oh.
I watch a lot of Netflix, so I can't really read a lot. But anyway, that's. Do you care about reviews? Be honest. Do you?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, let me read you one.
Do you?
What? Yeah, I don't look at comments anymore. I can't do that anymore. But let me read you one. USA Today called this a sparkling novel with high energy and unique characters. Others have called it the feel-good book of the year. Come on. That's pretty good. Yeah.
Thank you.
That's USA Today. That's fantastic.
Thanks.
Yeah. Where sometimes characters, you've been on the show with most of your books here, and I know most, write about what you know. A lot of your characters come from people or inspired by people that you know. Are there a few in here that are kind of combinations of people that in your life?
Yeah, this book has a lot of people who are close to my heart. For one, I had to come up with so many characters who walk in and out of the bookstore as customers that I got to put a lot of walk-on roles for just friends and people in my life. And a few of my characters from past books also have walk-on roles, so people like that. But the book recommendations are real throughout the book, and I could have come up with them on my own, but I decided to reach out to real booksellers and librarians who had made such a difference in my life and my career. So they are celebrated throughout the book and then named at the end, so they get credit for the real recommendations because they are book heroes. They really are.
Yeah,
book
I
heroes.
love that idea. Gretchen, I'm just saying, and this isn't a legal binding contract, but it's verbal. When you write another book, if you need a walk-on gay talk show host character, you're more than welcome to use my name and likeness.
Can I?
You can. You can call him Mason if you want to, but
Yeah.
You can make me be the murderer or the creepy guy in the woods. I'm not, do what you want, but, I'm just giving her ideas.
I know. The wheels are already spinning. They are.
Like I go into Ann Kim's pizza place. You know what I mean? You can mix two people that, going to get a pickle pizza and then, I stumble upon my long lost father. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I won't make the pizza poisonous, however.
Thank you. Don't,
You will not do that.
No, thank you. Give it up for Gretchen, everybody. The Book Haters Book Club is available now wherever books are sold, like right now at 10 o'clock. Go get it. We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after this. Back in a moment. And I love the covers. It's a good cover.
It looks like your set, doesn't it?
It does. The colors do look like the set. Executive producer Jeff messing up the audience clapping,
Rude.
It's time for the world's shortest segment. It's your chance to go back to Titanic. Starting next spring, Ocean Gate Expeditions is offering an expedition to the bottom of the North Atlantic Ocean to see the sunken Titanic firsthand. Guests will tour the wreck on a submarine. The tour helps support researchers investigating the shipwreck. You want to go? One ticket will cost you around $250,000. We'll be right back. Back after this. Only that much. It is time for the surprise goodbye. You know how this works. I don't know what's in this segment until right now. Today, not the typical problem for a dog walker in Ohio. He was walking a dog when the pooch picked something up, thinking it was a stick. Look at this.
Mayo, drop the knife.
What? It wasn't a stick, but a knife. the dog wouldn't drop it. So the walker called the dog's owner, who ran over with some food. After seeing a big old piece of salmon, the dog finally dropped the knife. Oh.
You can't grab it, yeah. You can't be like,
It's like Michael Myers. Tomorrow, Leslie Miller is taking us to wine school and will show us how two grapes can taste very different. But right now, that's going to do it for us. If you're watching and you're a kid that's being bullied, go out there and be yourself, because nobody can tell you're doing it wrong. Have a good day, everybody.